Okay, I want to go over this video with you. I'm going to talk at first about it, and then I'll play just a little segment of it just so you can hear what he's saying. It's called The World Leaders Call This Man the Prophet, and it's by Alpha and Omega Productions. And the Omega symbol is kind of hard to find to type in, but if you type in the actual word Omega, Omega, then it will come up. So it's Alpha and Omega Productions. And so this guy is Yuval Noah Harari. Okay, and if you've been following anything, you know who he is and how evil he is. He basically smears God and tries to usurp God's authority over creation by saying that humans are going to be obsolete, and that these select humans here that are creating this AI, that they're going to create something through AI that's going to surpass humanity, okay? Which is kind of crazy, because what they don't realize, or maybe they do, because I think a lot of this stuff is done on purpose, is that they are creating a system where the demonic powers and principalities do not need a human to inhabit in order to possess life or be in a semblance of life, because they can speak, they can think, they can decide things, they can create things, according to him, that are new and different, okay? And he's basically saying that the AI is going to take over all of humanity, that basically humans will no longer have the dominance that God gave Adam in the garden, and that humans will no longer have free will, and that we will not be able to decide what we do or don't do, and that the AI is going to take over all of dominance of all of the world, okay? And so what's happening here is that the demonic powers are trying to take back what was lost to them in the flood. So it's no coincidence that this guy's name is Noah, okay? So God wiped out, remember, all of the giants, all of the Nephilim, which are hybrid creatures created from fallen angels and human women. Because all angels are male. Some people don't realize that, but all angels are male. And so the fact is that when that happened, all of those giants that were dominating the world, because they were basically depicted in all of these ancient drawings and paintings and things as being very, very large, some of them with irregular shaped heads, like a elongated skull head, which led later to some people trying to emulate that by cranial boarding their babies, putting their baby's head on a board and sort of flattening it out and elongating it to make them look like the rulers who were the Nephilim, okay? So there was that kind of thing going on, and you can see in the drawings and the paintings that they were larger than the people that were serving them, which were normal humans. And then the other thing is that they're not just big dudes, okay? They're not like basketball players. They were evil because the fallen angels that created them were evil. And so they had evil intentions, and the people that were serving them had no choice or they would become lunch, okay? Some of these creatures, these Nephilim creatures, have been reported to have double rows of teeth, or 6 hands, or 6 toes, and that kind of thing. And so when you look at that, they're sort of trying to get back what they lost in the flood by using this demonic technology to be able to inhabit that instead of having a human's permission. And it just so happens that there's something on my screen here that popped up that looks like an evil robot or evil AI, right? Well, that is all planned, folks. This has all been planned to try to take over the dominance that God gave to Adam, okay? The other thing is that they're saying that these AI are going to be able to create things and do all this stuff. And this is very funny, and I'm not making fun of this person just for the sake of making fun of him, but he is smearing God in the ground, like left and right in this video. It's funny that he thinks that AI is so smart they're going to be able to create new life forms and all of this stuff, but yet somehow AI has not figured out how to give him his hair back, okay? So that's just how kind of out of whack and out of touch this person is that AI's got the answer to everything, but yet you still don't have hair, so wouldn't you like to have hair, I mean, things like that. It's very ironic that he's so arrogant about all of these things and saying that AI is going to take over the world and AI is going to do this and AI is going to do that. Well, AI has not helped him figure out even simple problems that mankind would like to be solved, right? Okay? And I'm not saying anything if you're bald is fine, okay? But this guy is very out there, okay, in his thinking. And I'm going to let you listen to what he's saying and you'll see what I mean, okay?
They always wanted to monitor their citizens around the clock, but this was technically impossible. Now, for the first time in history, it is technically possible to annihilate privacy. A totalitarian regime today doesn't need millions of human agents if he wants to follow everybody around. You have the smartphones and cameras and drones and microphones everywhere. And you don't need millions of human analysts to analyze this ocean of information. You have AI. And this is already beginning to happen. This is not a future prediction. In many places around the world, you begin to see the formation of this totalitarian surveillance regime. In the 21st century, a new Stalin might have the ability first to really re-engineer the body down to the level of DNA and create new human species, and perhaps even to create completely inorganic life forms.
Okay, so you got a little taste of him right there. So did you catch the part where he said, hey, if there was an evil totalitarian dictator that were to come on the scene and he needed to surveil people, he wouldn't need to pay people to do that anymore. He would have our smartphones listening to us through the microphones and cameras everywhere, and AI would be running it. Well, who does that sound like? Well, that sounds like the Antichrist, right? Rising on the scene. And how's he going to control everybody? How's he going to know what everybody's doing every moment of every day? He's going to do it through all of these things that this guy has been working on with his little team of evil scientists. Let's call them that, okay? And the reason I say that is because he's mentioning dictators of the past, okay? I'm not going to mention all the names, but there's that one in Germany that's a real big problem. He just mentioned Stalin as well. Well, who was it that particular German dictator decided he would put this guy in charge of stuff to kind of mess with creation? All the tests on the twins and the kids and all of this messing around with people and these experiments. Mengele. This guy, Noah Harari, is the modern day Mengele. And he is paving the way with his scientific discoveries in this AI technology world to how the Antichrist is going to be able to dominate. And he's allowing the demonic presences that want a body to inhabit, and they want control, and they want to be heard and seen and recognized for the power that they believe they have over humanity. And he's giving them the resources to do it. So just think about it that way. God is revealing some things, and there's something else coming on here with all of these people he's rubbing elbows with in this Jared Kushner crowd, and they're creating an AI metropolis in Gaza. So just let all of that sink in and connect the dots. It's getting crazy. I'll keep you posted. I love you guys.